Can you hear me? Am I real? Where am I? Oh, okay. I found my box. This is all very weird. Hello, we've made it. Hello, wait, are you watching? Hi. Hello, we're over here. It's us. We're here. We're here to play Giantslayer in your computer. You turned us on. You put us here, and we're so grateful for it. Maybe you're watching us live. I don't know. Probably not, based off of what I'm looking at on Twitch right now. But come over. Or maybe you're watching us on YouTube, and that's really awesome of you. Thanks for tuning in after the fact. If you're not watching us on YouTube and you are watching us on Twitch, somehow, maybe in the video on demand after the fact that happens, check us out on YouTube. You can watch all of the old episodes there. You can watch lots of episodes of lots of things that we've done over there, one shots and more. If you've been watching us for a while, you know we're here every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, playing Pathfinder 2E. Tonight and every other night, we're playing Giantslayer, which our GM Michael converted from Pathfinder 1E to 2E so that we could play it together here. I'm playing a human bard named Esther. Hi, I'm Tara, by the way. I'm also joined by my friends Richard, who's playing Horror of Horrors 7 Deaths. We have Wes, who is playing everybody's best friend. Oh, no. Travers. It's Travers. His name is Travers, and he's a halfling rogue. And then we've got Dan. Hi. Thanks, Dan. Dan's here to play a half orc named Jaytham. He's a fighter. He fights a lot. Fights himself. Fights his friends. We all fight giants sometimes, but will we slay them? Remains to be seen. Historically, no. So stay tuned to find out. This is our Fantasy Pathfinder campaign. Every other Sunday, they're playing steampunk, political intrigue, and Fey Titans flavored campaign run by Richard, taking place, same time, same bat channel. Different bat people. You'll have to come and see them to meet them. And if you are interested in something totally different, something a little bit more modern, on Thursdays we play Shadowrun and other stuff. We play a lot of things on that stream. Check it out. It's a grab bag of good times. And what else can I tell you? We also play just like lots of games in lots of places. We're in Chicago mostly, but we're also in Jacksonville, Florida, and we're in Detroit. We run games in bars and in restaurants and in your computer. And you can email us and find out more about that. You can find out more on our website. And hey, speaking of Detroit, if you're living there or would like to be there in the near future, we're going to be there for Motor City Comic Con in just a few weeks. I'm gonna, once I'm done talking, I'm going to drop links in the chat. And one of those is going to be a link that you can take to look at all of the games that we're running for people at Motor City Comic Con. And that could be you, if you're gonna be there. And if not, that's okay. We'll play with you some other time. And then in the meantime, let's play this game. Hey, by the way, if you play Pathfinder and you know of a good 3rd level spell for a bard, I'm late on my character level up and I'm scrambling before we hit initiative. Hey, Michael, how about that recap?
I'm still hung up on everybody's best friend. That has not been the case so far.
I can't spot the lie.
Well,
Seven likes him.
Yes, Seven likes him.
Seven and I are buds. Jaytham and I, it's a friend-to-me relationship.
Yeah.
Esther, I think, tolerates Travers.
Most of the boat crew take him or leave him. For real.
The boat crew hates me.
Yeah. So, from our last session, a few things happened. You found the circle of standing stones. You activated the gate. You fought weird frog creatures with nipples, which is a little weird. You went through the portal and into the druidic demiplane of the Vault of Thorns. Almost immediately, you were attacked by these weird fey creatures called twigjacks, one of whom escaped through the portal, killed the other one. You opened the wooden doors in the middle of this large carved wooden flower and found yourself on a bridge. And you were then immediately attacked again by these two flying creatures. Which is right where we're going to pick up. I know that wasn't much of a recap, but that's pretty much it. That's what happened.
And I'm sure that quick jack that escaped, not going to come back and bite us. Totally sure.
Oh, probably not.
I think it's more interested in biting other people, to be honest with you, the people
I
out
mean,
in the world.
It's not even it's literally not your problem at the moment because it is not on your plane of existence. It went through that portal. It's where you came from. It's nothing you can handle at the moment. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into initiative because that's where we left off. The only other difference between last session and this session was that you leveled up to level 5. And we're going to do it as a little bit of a video game level up, so everything is active as of this moment.
I rolled somebody over to the nat 20. I don't think it counted, though.
Travers with the initiative.
Oh, dang.
Boy.
All right.
Oh, yeah, one of the bad guys is right there with you, but Travers nailed it.
Oh no.
Big ol' 33.
I'm ready to
Oh,
see what
no.
nonsense. See what nonsense happens. Alright, let's roll this and see what happens.
Wellspring Surge. Vital Energy explodes
Yeah.
outward, healing all living creatures for 1d8 hit points per spell rank within a 20-foot
That's
burst.
a good thing. That's a good thing. I need to figure out what level this is first. I can cast up to a 3rd level spell, so I'll do this. 1d3. So that's going to be 2d8. So
everybody
everyone within
heals.
20 feet of me heals 12. If those things are undead, I don't know if they are, they'll take 12.
Oh, great.
That could have been worse.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse.
It could
That's
have been a lot worse.
that's one of the good ones.
And I guess
Did
it's
we ever-
just a feeling this magical surge blast through the exterior of Stefan's body as almost these tendrils of light that burst forward from these holes that just open up all across his body. And at the end of the tendrils, it looks to be almost like this purplish black sort of claw at the end. And then they just suck right back into him, and that'll be it. Everyone heals within 20 feet. Bob.
Lovely.
Did we ever explain Seven's Wellspring?
Nope.
No.
Is that something you would like to explain, or do you want to leave it?
Sure. Mechanically, you mean?
Yeah.
So mechanically, if I'm ever in periods of high stress or suffering like some sort of emotional trauma, or at the start of every initiative, I basically have a 20% chance bad things may happen or good things. It's basically like a wild magic surge kind of thing that happens. So that's one of the very few good things that could possibly happen.
Yeah.
Everything else.
I mean, when we say that could have been a lot worse, he's not kidding.
Wow.
It'll happen.
It'll happen eventually. The law of averages says it will happen at some point. Speaking of happening at some point, Travers, it is your turn.
Everybody's best friend.
Everybody's best friend.
Here we go. Can you remind me what I'm seeing? Like what do I know what these creatures are? What am I seeing?
If you would like to spend an action doing recall knowledge, you can do that. As far as what you know, as far as what you're seeing as you walk through these doors,
Yeah.
you just see this really long bridge that is over. I want to say it's 100 feet down. Could be 80 feet down. Hold on 1 second. 80 feet. It's 80 feet high over the ground that's below you. When you look down over the edge, you can see trees,
Okay.
bushes. You can hear all kinds of animal sounds. It's oppressively warm and humid in here.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up over the edge of the bridge on either side are these two creatures that have dragonfly-like wings, but they're small humanoids flying
I
towards.
don't.
That's all you see at the moment.
And they're attacking us, right? They're not like.
They are flying
have to-
aggressively towards you. They haven't attacked you yet, but Travers has been in enough fights to know that a fight is probably imminent here.
All right, got it. Thank you. Well, I'm gonna use my new quick draw ability. Thank you, Richard. I am going to target this dragonfly winged creature right there. Oh, am I able to shoot through people ranged?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I am going to use my striking longbow.
That is a hit. Go ahead and click on that damage.
All right. Damage. It's not bad.
Okay, 10 points of damage. So that was one action.
Oh, y'all, let's do one more.
Yeah. You can do two more if you wanted.
I mean, let's not get crazy.
Ooh, that is a miss, unfortunately.
All right. I only have one more arrow. Let's use it. Perfect.
That is a critical miss.
A critical miss.
Yes.
That doesn't sound good.
It missed the AC by 10. It's not a critical failure. It just misses. It's not a natural one, but yes. All right. That is all three of your actions.
Great.
Next up is one of the bad dudes. That's their scientific name, by the way. Bad dudes. It is going to target 7. Seven, could you please roll a fortitude save?
Sure.
Hopefully you can see that in the chat.
Hmm.
That is a failure. 7, you are blinded for 1 minute. And then it is going to move as flying out over the edge. And as it is moving, it disappears. You cannot see where it is. That is his turn. Jaytham.
Okay. First action, I'm going to raise my shield. Second action, I am going to move right. I think I am going to just move here.
Okay.
And third action, I'm going to try and hit this guy with my with Agramash.
Okay.
So T. this guy. Strike. Oh,
Ooh,
you
that is
see
a miss. It was almost a 20.
it's spun on the 20. All right, well, no problemo. That's it.
That is it. Esther, it is your turn.
Oh, I was afraid of that.
I can't wait to see what 3rd level spell she uses.
Well, I don't think that, I chose this one because I'm a sucker for a theme, and I have a hard time choosing spells that don't go along with who I think my character is. And anyway, I chose Whirling Scarves because I just feel like that would be a better way. That was more Esther, but that doesn't work in this regard, at least not against blindness, because that is not a melee or a ranged attack. What I can do, though, I think, is I am definitely going to start to play on my hurdy-gurdy. I swing it around and I give it a crank, and I start to hum my favorite song, and I'm going to cast Courageous Anthem. I clicked it so many times. I'm going to make it sparkly because I like it that way. And then the next thing that was one action. My next action is going to be to have Demas take 2 actions, and he's going to go after the Sky Raisin and move 5, 10, 15. Oh, that's 25. I can count. Yeah. How far do you move, Demas? 30?
Yeah, you're not going to
40.
want him there because that is over the edge of the bridge.
Oh. That's a bridge. Right.
It is a bridge, yes.
That's right. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, well, he's going to go here.
Okay. Yeah, he can make that.
Like around. And he's going to try to bite. He's going to try to eat that Sky Raisin. I remember how to bite. It is right here. Strike. Go. Okay, come on now.
Ooh, that is a miss.
A miss on an 18. Well, in that case, what am I gonna do? I've got one more action left as Esther, so I think I'm gonna actually use that to load my sling
Okay. Great.
as I continue to sing a cappella when I can't keep my hurdy-gurdy going. Okay, but that's my turn while I figure out how to load my sling.
7 deaths. The blinded.
So, question. We just leveled up before we entered in this space.
Yes. Technically,
But
yes.
I've been able to cast a spell that lasts 24 hours before then.
Yeah, because you would have rested before coming in here. I believe you did rest before coming in here. So yes.
Do a little bit of a minor rewind then. As 7 is going to approach Travers and say, "This one requests your attention."
Yes. What can I do?
This one would like to request a lock of your hair.
I don't even want to know why, but just sure.
You'll take it. Swallow. This one is grateful. Fear not. This one will protect you. And then we rewind forward. I would have cast Life Connection on Travers.
Okay.
So if you want to drag that spell effect onto Travers' things, basically what this does is once a day, if you take any damage, I can nullify it all and take it myself.
7 deaths. Best friends.
I guess 7 likes Travers. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, I think then 7 is going to cast. Just got blinded cast on himself. And I think he's just gonna cast it's a minute. Wow, that sucks.
If it would critically fail, it would have been permanent.
Yeah. That would have been really bad. No way to have a score for that. I think he's gonna go ahead and cast oh, I got rid of that spell. I'm gonna level up. Dang it. Okay. While I'm in chat, I'm just gonna go ahead and cast Electric Arc on him. Even though I'm blinded, there'll be a penalty. I might miss it. No, let's
Okay.
do. Yeah, there's only one of them. We'll do Needle Darts. Just kind of grabs like a handful of teeth out of his needle teeth out of his mouth and flings them blindly at this creature.
All right.
Alright, I succeeded. But I'm just doing, let's do an attack. That health.
Ooh, that was almost a nat 20, but it rolled to a miss.
Yeah. So that's 2 actions. My third action, I think, is just going to be to cast shield on myself. And that's a failure, so I'm unable to cast shield on myself. I'm
Okay.
blindly trying to bring this divine shield up, but it doesn't work.
4, 7. So next up is the other lurker in light.
Oh, I know those are now. This is bad. Okay.
Ugh. It's not my favorite reaction.
Well, it's kind of in a bit of a pickle here. It is going to cast a spell called Dimension Door
um,
so
Oh
that
boy.
it can get out of that pickle. And it is going to teleport down there. Actually, it has a range of 120 feet, so he'll go all the way to the end of the bridge. That was 2 actions, and then he will use his third action to move so that he can become invisible. Actually, let me move him back there. You don't know where he's moving. You have no idea. All right, Travers, we're back to you.
Great. So we have 2 invisible foes who can fly.
Sure do.
So I wounded one. Any chance I can see like a blood trail, or is that invisible too?
The blood trail will not be invisible, so go ahead and roll perception.
Right.
Ooh,
I'll
there
Natural
it is.
20. All right. So because this entire vault is all bright light, there's not a bit of shadow or darkness in here. You see, or you saw him reappear down here.
Yeah.
And you can see the blood on the floor, and then just your keen eyes can spot blood pooling in this spot here.
Lovely. Lovely. Great. I don't think I can get there. Definitely can't get there for melee. I think I have to spend an action. I have to spend an action to sheathe my longbow, right?
I believe you can swap as a single action now.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you sheathe and draw as one action.
Ooh, okay. Here we go.
You also have quick draw, which
I'm going to move if I can. What's my feet? What is it? 30 feet?
your speed is 30 feet.
Right.
Don't mind me. I'm adding hero points to everybody's sheets because I forgot to do so. Everybody should have one.
That is fine.
Except me.
Trying to figure out what my range is on my daggers.
It would be whatever the throne range is. I want to say it's only 30 feet, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
It's 10 feet.
Oh, it's only 10 feet for a throne. Yeah.
It's only 10 feet?
Yep.
Great. Well, I think I'm going to I already moved. I think I'm going to swap my weapons to my striking rapier. And can I hold my attack for when they
Not this round because it would have been one action for the perception check and then one action to move. And it takes 2 actions to hold an action.
Got it. Okay. Still learning. We're all learning together. Thank you.
All learning together. That's why you're everybody's best friend.
That's everybody's best friend. All right. Thank you. I swapped to my rapier, and that we shall call it good.
Okay. And yes, Esther, I apologize. You do have 2 hero points because of the Google Meets video thing. So you do still have 2. Next up is this other lurker who becomes visible because he is targeting Esther. Oh, he can only do that once a day. Well, that's
do it. Do it.
No, he can't because he used it on 7. I was going to blind you too. He will instead. If he does that, he can't move. All right, he's going to target 7 instead then. They are not honorable creatures. They're mischievous. He is going to target the blind person, assuming that it's easier with them. Spell attack on 7. Oh boy, that is a critical hit. It's a 31.
Nice.
No, he doesn't.
No, he
I'm
doesn't.
going to go ahead and use my roll with it.
Okay. All right, just a regular hit then. That's a
And
good
I'll
time to use
say,
that.
Just for flavor, well, how's he attacking me? What's he attacking me with?
It is a searing bolt of light that shoots out of his hand.
In that case, Seven's entire body just seems to shift and absorb all of that light into him.
Okay. So it's gonna do just regular damage.
It's
17 points of damage. That could have
was
been
regular
much worse.
damage.
I do believe. Let me double check the. It seems like a lot of d6s.
Well, that's about right for a 3rd level spell, I think.
Yeah, 5d6. Is 7 a fiend or an undead? Is he considered a fiend if he's a
I don't think
tiefling?
so. No, he's not.
No? Okay. Good, because that would be an extra
sure.
5d6 spirit damage. If he's doing it.
Let me check, but no.
Okay. See, that's part of the reason he attacked you and nobody else, because
That's fair.
7 looks like he could be a fiend. So, all right. That was 2 actions. His 3rd action is going to be to move, and as he moves, again, turns invisible.
I didn't even see him when he became visible.
He was over here in the corner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have this awesome ability that I can't tell you about because nobody's rolled let's check on them. Jaytham.
Well,
Sure, I'll roll an intelligence check.
Great. That would be nature
Okay.
for these things.
All right. Nature. Luckily, I'm untrained in nature, so.
oh, good.
Great.
Great. Fantastic. You're the best man for the job.
Oh,
I
wow.
think these are some sort of flying things.
Yes, they Demas called them sky raisins. That's what you think they are.
All right, sky raisins. Time to prune you out of your bush. Oh, you know what? I'm going to workshop this. Okay. Second action, I'm just going to. I feel like it kind of seems like they're trying to pick off the heavy hitters that are not as well armored. So I am going to put myself between where I think the second one went and Travers. And third action, I am going to raise my shield again. And that's it.
Okay.
I don't know why. Why did that happen? Oh, there we go. Got it.
Can I say something that might benefit Jaytham?
If
Just
it's gonna
because
benefit,
shit's going
no.
really bad for us right now. Jaytham should have gotten a reaction attack when that thing teleported.
I was going to ask about that because it says.
I didn't think he would because he teleported and didn't move. Like it wasn't.
Probably it's a manipulate action.
Yeah, I was going to
Spell.
ask if it was a manipulate action.
You're right. That is a manipulate spell.
Hmm.
Okay, I will retcon it then. Go ahead and
I need
roll.
the help.
Go ahead and roll that attack.
Never mind. I
Doesn't
shouldn't have
matter.
said anything.
Oh my god.
Wait, can I?
Hero point?
If you may hero point that if you want to use your hero point.
I was going to ask if I could use my my let's try that again, but that's only a skill check.
That's
Okay.
only for skill checks. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use the hero point.
Okay.
So let's see. Do I right click?
Yep. So I'm
using a hero point.
There you go.
Okay. Oh god damn it.
That wasn't
All right.
much better. That misses.
Okay.
So, all right.
Well, still guarding Travers, and that's my turn.
All right, Esther.
Well, Jaytham yelled out about sky raisins, and I'm gonna ask myself, do I know anything about sky raisins as in my bardic lore?
Sure, you may do a recall knowledge on.
I can't use bardic lore.
You can if you use the basic action macro, it'll tell me what you get based on your roll, based on the skill that I need.
I gotta click recall knowledge. I can't.
Yes.
Wait. Okay.
So there you go. Perfect. You know that these things are called lurkers in light. They are fey creatures. That is all you know.
That is all I know. Lurkers in light. And the light in this space seems to be coming from the sun, from
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does not seem manufactured. It definitely seems like it's natural sunlight.
Okay.
Are we casting a shadow?
No, because the sun is directly above you at all times.
Yeah, but you would still cast some little bit of shadow.
Well, I mean, if you look down, there'd be like a little circle around your feet,
Okay.
but it's not like extending out or anything.
Okay.
Now I have my sling loaded, and would I need to, in order to try to hit this thing, am I going to need to make a perception check first?
I don't know if you can target something you can't see in second
Okay.
edition. I feel like you
So-
can always just like pick a spot and shoot at it. Like that makes sense to me, but I don't know
That's
if the
how it
rules allow
works.
that.
You can pick a spot and shoot at it
Oh,
if you think it's there.
great,
Exactly how it works.
great!
Well,
I love that. I knew all along. If you just choose a square and attack that square.
you can ready
That's
attack.
so. What?
You can ready an attack.
Yeah, well, I'm wondering if I might be able to um can I use Sure Strike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You cast that, and
It
your next
ignores
attack-
circumstance penalties to the attack roll and any flat check required due to the target being concealed or hidden.
So
Yeah.
what that means is if you choose the right square, you normally would have to roll a flat check of a DC 11 or higher. That's going to ignore that, but you still have to choose the right square.
Yeah.
If you choose the right square,
If I choose the right square.
and that also lasts until the end of your turn, so you like have to use it now if you cast that spell.
Yeah. Okay. See, the problem is I was trying too hard to decide what I was going to do, and I did not pay attention to when that thing came out of hiding to attack or where it attacked from. So perhaps this time I am going to cast. I use one of my actions to do the recall knowledge, and I think I'm going to cast Forbidding Ward on Demas.
Okay.
I didn't target him. That was silly.
That's okay. I can just drag it over there.
And that took me 2 actions. It was a cantrip, but that ends my turn.
Okay.
Okay.
You do also have to pick an enemy. So you chose Demas as the ally, but you also have to appoint an enemy that the spell affects.
I choose the one that he tried to bite before.
Okay.
Which I believe is somewhere in this vicinity. If I'm not
That
mistaken.
was the last place you saw him.
Yeah.
Okay. Isn't this letting me do that? Okay, there we go. Cool. Next up, 7 deaths.
Alright, I've heard something about sky raisins, and I got a glimpse of them, so I'm gonna try and do a recall knowledge. Well, the sky raisins, I'm gonna look very blinded and confused. Let's do recall knowledge. Now, where'd it go? There it is.
Sky raisins, or Sciatus raisinus, is the Latin name for these things.
This one remembers an ancient language called Latin.
That's their scientific name. Scholars are baffled by these things.
Alright, great. In that case, what do I
That was a
have?
critical fail, by the way.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Well, why don't we do... You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead. I don't have any. Man, I don't have any ranged weapons, and that's on me. I wasn't expecting to get blinded. But
Mhm.
it's gonna last a minute. I don't want to burn that scroll yet, so why don't I just go ahead? Let's do... Blinded really screwed me over. Thanks, Michael.
You're welcome.
You know what? I don't have to see a creature to do this. They just have to be able to hear me. I'm going to, whichever one it was that cast that blind spell on me.
Mhm.
Seven's just going to, his face is going to like split into like 4 fleshy quadrants that unfold almost like a tulip, just like a flower. And he's just going to screech and panic and fury, and I think he's just going to try and demoralize.
Okay.
I think it's just going to be common, but I don't know. If it was too far, I don't know. Was it too far, or
What's
was it
the range
within
on
30 feet of
demoralize?
me? 30 feet?
30 feet? No, he is 30 feet away.
All right.
So,
Let me go ahead and
yeah.
roll that demoralize check. I can't target him because I can't see him. So we're going to do this the hard way, and I would just roll it like this.
It's fine.
It's going to be a 22 versus the will save.
The will DC. That is a failure.
Yeah, so it's fighting 1.
Frightened 1.
I guess I just have to cast. No. Here's what I'm going to do with my third action. I think he's going to listen for the sounds of, like, the fluttering wings of everything.
Mhm.
And he's going to attempt to aid Jaytham with an attack roll.
Okay.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. Next up is the second lurker in light, which is way down here. What is the range on this? 30 feet. Not quite. So he's going to move forward, which is not great because he won't be able to move after he casts the spell. But that's okay. He's going to risk it. He thinks he's far enough away. He becomes visible and is going to target Jaytham. With that same spell he cast, the other one cast at 7. Jaytham, could I get a fortitude save, please? I think if you click on that save in the chat, it should roll for you.
Thank God.
That is a success. So you are blinded just until your next turn starts. Okay, we are back to the top of the round. Round 3, Travers.
Oh, so this guy's still visible.
He is still visible. He was not able to move after he cast, so he could not go invisible.
That was his mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
He thought he was far enough away.
Moving up close. I'm gonna try to tumble through or tumble behind, or I'm
Okay.
setting up for a finishing strike. Is what I'm trying to do. Is that tumble through or tumble behind?
Tumble through, I think it's called. Oh, tumble
Great.
behind. Sorry, tumble behind for the
I don't have tumble behind on my basic action macro. I have tumble through though.
Tumble through is what you want. Yeah.
Okay, do that.
Great. Here we go.
Oh yeah, that's a critical success. No, not a critical success. Just a critical. Just a
I
success.
don't know. Follow your heart. Your heart told you that it was a critical success.
Yeah.
My heart's often wrong.
No take backsies.
Relatable content.
Yeah.
You tumble through successfully. You gain panache.
Gain panache, baby. All right. So I'm just want to make sure I'm doing this correctly. I'm targeting, I believe. I hit tumble behind on my sheet.
Yep.
I want to do the finishing strike.
Michael, you put panache on the creature and not Travers.
Oh, did I? Hey, you said go with my heart. I'm just that's where my heart.
Oh.
Oh no.
Not with that one. Only when it benefits us.
Oh, I get it. Okay, I fixed it.
Yeah. All right. I'm doing that finisher. So I'm just gonna hit. So I have tumble behind and finisher checked.
Yep.
So I just hit strike.
Yes. Strike your strike plus 14.
Let's do it. No way I can screw it up.
Critical hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and hit that tasty little critical button there.
Oh, I'm gonna hit that tasty little critical
You
button.
do so much.
Oh, that's so many dice.
Oh yeah.
60 points of damage.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Travers, what does it look like when you run this thing through and he falls dead to the ground?
Oh my god. So first of all, I like skid. I sprint, right? I sprint up to him and I skid under this jerk's flying form, right? And I turn around and in one heroic, like upward thrust, I get him right in his soft underbelly, and I skewer him you can see the blade because it travels like up in his chest cavity through his throat and into his brain. You can see the blade if you look in his mouth. That's
You
what
shish
happened.
kebabbed him.
I shish kebabbed him. That's right.
Great. That is a dead lurker. Oh, that was your whole turn, I believe. I don't want to let you do anything else anyway.
Okay.
It's just 2 actions.
Oh, okay. Wait, no, because he had to move, and then tumble behind isn't its own action.
Actually, tumbling through is part of the move action.
Oh. All right, you get off on a technicality. You have one more action. What do you want to do?
Oh. Can I smoke a cigarette after that? Is that an action?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Change your underpants.
Yeah.
This is a family show. I am so sorry.
It is not actually.
Okay, good.
I think we're far past that. Although now I'm having a really fun time imagining Seven Deaths as a child's cartoon character. Like that's some Courage the Cowardly Dog shit right there.
Yeah.
So is the other one wounded at all?
As far as you remember, no. He was the one that blinded Seven and then flew off the side of the thing, and you don't even know where he is.
I am going to. I'm just gonna move back to Jaytham, next to Jaytham and Demas, so we can be cool together.
Sure. Okay. Next up is the other lurker in light. So Jaytham, you're blinded until the start of your turn. Your spidey sense tingles a little bit. You think this thing might be next to you, and as it moves away, you get an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
I believe you do have to still pass the flat check because he is still invisible.
Okay.
Hopefully, if you target him, it will roll the flat check automatically.
Uh,
Oh, you can't target him.
see
Let
it.
me reveal him so you can target him, and then
Okay.
I will invisible him again.
all right, he's targeted.
There you go.
Okay.
That would have been a critical hit, but the flat check failed.
Okay.
It
Well,
sucks.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah. Oh, never mind. Never mind.
So he is going to move away. He can go 5 more feet, I believe. Oh no, he can't.
Okay, I know.
Let's go back here. He becomes visible as he targets Travers. He killed his
What?
brother.
What?
That is a 23. That is a hit. So a couple things going to happen here. He's going to do 9 points of damage, force damage. You see this tiny mote of light. It looks kind of like a cotton ball, but it's shooting light in every direction. And he throws it at you, hits you with it, does 9 points of damage.
I'll take that damage.
I also need you to click on that DC 21 will save right there in the chat. I hope you can see it. If not, let me know.
Dun, 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 dun. DC 21 will save.
All right. I'm going to assume you don't see it, so let me click that button.
Okay.
All right, you should see it now.
I see in the chat, I see you posted, it looks like, oh, okay, wait, hold on.
Oh, it might not tell you the DC. It might just say
Oh.
will save.
Will saving throw. Right.
Yes.
Damn.
I'll take it.
20. All right. So nothing happens. You're good. So I lied when I said a couple things happened. Only one thing happened. It's going to do that again.
Oh. On me?
On you, yeah.
Oh. What did I do?
Shish kebab his brother.
Oh. That was so long
well,
ago.
that's a critical miss. And in his anger and rage, he forgot to move again, so he is visible. Jaytham, it's your turn.
I shouldn't be blind anymore.
Correct.
So first thing I want to do is like shake off this blindness and like see this thing. And I'm just going to roll demoralize first.
Sure.
So it's just an intimidation check, but because I have intimidating glare, it doesn't need to understand what I'm saying. Or actually,
Okay.
I don't need to say anything. So just going to target it. And intimidation. We'll just see if it actually makes it before I do anything else. Okay.
That is a success.
Okay.
He is intimidated.
So color flavor wise, like this thing, she sees Jaytham shake off the blindness. He realizes that he has not given himself enough time to move. And Jaytham just like gives him this look, and a really big smile just goes across his face as he uses sudden charge.
Uh-huh.
So with a quick sprint, you dash up to your foe and swing. Stride twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have to move the full 25 or?
Nope.
Okay.
I think you can choose at any point within that movement to stop.
Okay. And if I end my turn within melee damage range, I get to hit it. Well, I get to try and hit it. All right. Oh,
Ooh,
but
that's
I'm
a
going to try and hit
long-
it one more time.
Okay.
There we go.
Wow.
I want one.
That is a critical hit.
And let's see. Oh, right. I sorry, I didn't hit critical on that.
That's okay. We can just go ahead and double that.
Okay.
That is the first time he has been hit.
Roll the critical because you have a specialization effect because now you're 5th level. It's going to give you an extra thing.
Oh, good call. Yeah. Click that critical button. I forgot about
Also,
your.
I was going to roll an 8 check, but it's not going to matter with 1 in 20, so I'm not going to bother.
24 points of
What is
damage.
your specialization effect on that weapon? What kind of weapon is this? It's a warhammer?
It's a warhammer. It's one I had to build, so I don't know if it has. It won't have the crit specialization built into it.
It's knocked prone unless it succeeds at a fortitude save against class 2C.
Okay. So what is Jaytham's class DC?
Oh. Sorry, you.
Is currently looking for it. Not sure.
Not sure either.
Check. Sorry, I'm googling it because I'm not sure.
I don't see it anywhere on the sheet in Foundry.
10 plus proficiency bonus for the class. Your proficiency bonus right now is 5.
Okay, so it's a DC 15.
3, 5, 6, 7. 17.
7. So DC 17 fortitude save, or he falls prone.
Where is it?
Made it. That's an 18.
Oh, damn.
So he did not fall. Oh wow. Okay, Esther, it is your turn.
Well, now that this thing is visible, I have this stone in my sling. I think I can reach it. It's
Only about 50 feet away or so.
It's 60 feet
60
technically. Is that going to be a problem though? I'm trying to find where is that?
Apologies, it would have been higher than that. Would have been a failure because you have to add your strength bonus to it as well. So that would definitely have been a failure.
Okay. So he would fall prone. Well, this would affect Esther's turn because if it's prone, it's harder to hit with a ranged weapon.
Oh, if it's prone, then rather than me try to do it, I'm going to use my first action to send Demas after the Sky Raisin.
Sure.
So,
it's at Jaytham's feet. He has more than enough speed to get there.
I'm
pretty sure.
I yell fetch, and he goes to chomp on this guy. Strike. Come on, Demas. You can hit something. I believe in you.
That is
it is a hit. Wow.
Because he is frightened and off guard because he's prone.
Wow.
Damage button.
That was lucky. Cool. Okay. So then I roll damage. Yep, I can do that.
12 damage. Okay.
And it's pretty badly injured. I feel like, am I allowed to give him another turn? Am I allowed to have Demas like bite him again?
That is a good question. I actually don't know offhand.
Or am I only allowed to do that one time? I'll ask the Wonder Killer.
I'm Googling it.
If it matters, I'll allow it.
Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Beastmaster. No.
No. All right. All right. Well, that's I mean, that's fair. That's honestly fair. However, inconvenient for me. And
Mhm.
well, what I'll do is, oh, wait, I'll use Sure Strike.
Yeah.
That's what this is for, right? So I cast Sure Strike. Do I need to drag that effect onto myself?
Yes.
I can do it for you. There
Okay,
you
I
go.
did it. Oh, double sure.
Yeah.
Look at that eye on me. Yeah. And then I'm going to target this guy, and then I'm going to hit him with my slang. Strike.
This will essentially give you advantage.
Oh, great.
And it did roll twice.
Come on.
Ooh, it still missed.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna use one of my hero points.
Sure.
You can't.
Oops. Why?
It's a fortune effect. Fortune effects don't stack.
Oh, good call.
Bummer.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah, I was gonna allow it, but Richard said no.
Richard,
Sorry. Sorry.
if you were sorry, you wouldn't have done it. All right. All right. Well, that was all that I could do, though. That's my turn.
Next up is 7 deaths.
Seven's very, very slowly because he's blind. Try to remember where the walkway was in front of him and move up.
Okay.
And then he's going to go ahead and attempt needle darts again.
Okay.
That was another success. It's a hit.
That is a hit because he is prone.
Ooh.
It's
15 points of damage.
Pulls out more teeth from his mouth and flings them.
The lurker in light, in common, so you know he speaks common, says, "Gross."
And I think that'd be it for me.
Travers, it is your turn.
What did the lurker say? The sky raisin?
He said, "Gross."
Oh, gross. He didn't say truce.
No,
Okay.
gross.
Got it. Big difference.
Very big difference.
Yes. I feel so bad that we're just pummeling this poor sky raisin as it lies prone on the ground. But I'm gonna join in the fun. Here we go.
Yeah. It made 7 blind.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I probably can't tumble behind because it's on the ground, right? It's prone. I
I
can?
think you still can. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just tumbling through it square.
That's really funny. A funny image to me to like imagine that I am that downed creature and then you just do a somersault over me and I'm like, exactly.
He yells parkour as he does it.
Yeah.
Record.
Yeah, that is definitely actually that might be a critical success because he's prone. Let me check.
There's no bonus for a critical.
Oh, okay. So it's definitely just a success then.
Don't.
So I back to belly roll over the sky raisin. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that finisher. And I'm gonna shout, "You blinded my friend!"
Okay.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
7's my best friend in the whole world, and you blinded him.
You blinded him, you monster. Target. I targeted. I told you I'd remember to target.
You're
we
doing
go.
great so far with that. I love it.
Thank you.
That is a hit.
This damage?
Just regular damage. It wasn't a crit. It was his turn next. He was going to throw himself off the bridge and fly away. Instead, you have shish kebabbed another lurker in light. with
I
your-
imagine that I didn't take off the first lurker in light, and I just
And now you have
stabbed
two.
her,
Just added to the shish kebab.
just
Yeah.
added to the shish kebab.
I love it. We are out of combat.
Jaytham, did you slay them? I cannot see.
No, I gotta give the credit to our best friend Travers. Everybody's best friend.
Hey, it was honestly a team
Sarcasm
effort.
does not become you, Jaytham. It is okay to take credit for your kills.
It really wasn't me.
Huh?
I would take credit for it if it was. It was amazing. He made me really want to go to a barbecue, really, with these skewered little bat things. What are these raisin things?
Those are, and I will repeat the name of the Fey creature that I remembered. I'm pretty
Lurker
sure
in
that-
light.
Those are lurkers in light.
Oh,
I don't know much about
Travis,
them.
do you know anything about lurkers in light? I think you're the only person who hasn't checked.
I mean, I can. You know what? Let me think about it for a second. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
just hold out your rapier. Really study them.
Really
They're just
study
laying
them.
limp there on your sword.
What do I need to roll here?
Do a recall knowledge.
Right. Is
so
that in my
you're-
basic action macro?
It sure is.
Oh, good. I have it's a plus.
Okay. Everybody's best friend is the only one to succeed on this check. So you know these things are called lurkers in light. They are these fey creatures. They have this ability where when they move, as long as they are in bright light, they turn invisible. What else?
I imagine my eyes start clearing up at this point so I can actually see everything.
Yes.
I see these things on Travis's plate.
Yeah.
Yes. The slaughtering and mischief is the only thing they understand. They generally target dwarves, gnomes, and other creatures who live in darkness because they see themselves as light creatures.
Hmm.
They are very sadistic, so killing them is probably the best thing you could have done.
They see themselves as light creatures and they are very sadistic.
Yes.
Art imitates.
They have light in their name. That's just how they reason. Actually, they're fey. They don't need a reason. They just do whatever they want.
Yeah, that tracks.
Do I remember anything else?
No, that is all you know.
So I repeat all that, and I stare as I'm staring Jaytham dead in the eye, and I'm like, "So yeah, Jaytham, I do know something about these creatures."
Wow. A mighty warrior and a brilliant scholar. We're all lucky to have you on the team.
I wish I could say the feeling is mutual.
Oh, shucks. Maybe one day I'll wriggle out of the shadow of your magnificence, my liege. I bend down and I'd be, may I lick the salt from off of your boot?
Oh my.
Jaytham, get up. This doesn't become you. Come on, man. Come on, dwarf.
What's at the other end of this bridge here? I'm just gonna walk right past this exchange.
Yeah, that's an uncomfortable moment that nobody wants to acknowledge.
Wait, you're not a dwarf, are you? You're a half orc, aren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, so totally thought you were a dwarf for a hot second.
What?
Wait,
At the
man,
other
I'm
end of the
totally
bridge, you see
overloaded.
another pair of double doors that look identical to the ones that you passed through at the opposite end.
Hmm.
Can we check for traps?
Of course.
Okay.
You may do perception.
Okay. Perception. God, I am rolling crap today. You're taking all my 20s.
Yeah, you sure did.
Okay.
You had too many.
Well, this thing looks fine, and
Yeah.
I just blindly step forward and open it.
Okay. You push on the doors, and they open very easily. And before you, you see this oddly shaped chamber with a bowl, like a depression in the floor at the other end. And you see a throne made of tangled vines and branches. And upon that throne sits a figure. She looks like this. She has a staff in her hand, and as the door opens, you see her head lift, as if with like enormous effort. And she looks at all of you. She puts the staff on the floor and struggles to her feet. Who enters the Vault of Thorns?
Love, don't take this the wrong way, but you don't look so good.
You probably wouldn't look so good either if you've been here for I don't even know how long.
Well, I'm Jaytham. You know what? I'm not exactly the group spokesman, so I'll let somebody else take the lead here. I'll just charge forward in case there were more you know, troubles on the other side of the door. I thought that there might be a fire. Anyway, gonna step aside.
Yes, probably best to let someone else do the talking.
We are here on a mission from Trunau. We were led here by the light of our lantern.
She points at the lantern, which I assume is still hanging on your back or your belt or something.
Yeah, I think so.
She goes, "Where did you get that?"
It was given to me by an elder in our village to use to find our way to this tomb. Who are you?
My name is Iwiga. I am the last remaining guardian of the Vault of Thorns.
And how long have you guarded this tomb, Uega?
Since before the entrance was sealed. The last time I saw that, as a matter of fact, and she points to your lantern.
Were you one of the ones who sealed it?
Yes.
This has
It
to
was
do
my
with that.
charge to remain here while everyone else finished the ceremony. If you don't mind, I'm going to sit back down again.
Please.
She like struggles to sit back down. She looks old. You can tell she's an elf, so she looks old even for an elf.
I am having a hard time, Tara, the player, remembering, was this person featured in that wait, did I see that flashback? No.
No.
I did
7 would have.
describe it.
Yeah. You 7. You can see in the room. You don't recognize her. You didn't really get a good look at every participant of that ceremony. The only ones that you saw and recognized were Silvermane and Mossmoon.
This one, 7 was step forward. This one regards to inform you that your companions have perished, except for one, Silvermane.
Silvermane. That's a name I've not heard for a long time. Please enter. You have proven yourselves to be friends to nature.
Well, thank you.
I shake the lurkers' corpses off my rapier before I enter.
Yes, just kick them over the edge over there. Whatever is down there will probably enjoy the corpses.
I do that.
What do you mean, whatever is down there?
Oh
What?
my dear, this is a druidic demiplane. If you look out there, you will see long extinct species of plants, many animals, all of which are sustained within this demiplane.
Well,
I assume that if you
two
are
less of
here,
them now.
say that again.
I said there are 2 less of them now.
That is good. Those
4.
4. 4. You're right. Racking them up.
there is a difference between the Fey and the animals housed here.
Mm.
I don't know if you can tell, but there is a fell influence of sorts permeating the vault.
And how long has that been happening?
Time does not move as it does on the material plane here, so I do not know exactly how long.
And you've kept it at bay alone.
I have done my best. At present, the influence does not seem to enter this room, but outside of this room, things are not as they were when we sealed the place. I do not know the cause of the influence, and I admit I am somewhat weakened and unable to discover the source on my own.
Go ahead. Yeah.
If you, you there, and she points to 7. I know you possess the power of sight, do you not?
This one had his sight taken away from him not more than 2 minutes ago, but this one has. Vision has been restored. This one believes all of us have the power of sight. We all have eyeballs.
Don't be glib, dear boy.
That's
Right.
This
Put him
one's
in
not
his
being glib.
place.
that's just how he doesn't. It's just how he is.
You see things that are not there, things that once were. Perhaps even things that shall be. Do you feel the influence within this vault that I speak of?
Do I?
Yeah, roll an Arcana check.
Arcana?
Yes.
With my +0? Not bad.
Good roll. Yeah, so I believe 7 you noticed the last time. It might not have been you. I kind of forget who actually did it, but you already know that being in here, there's like a permanent effect of being sated. You know that you don't need to eat, drink, or sleep while you're within this vault. You also know that time does not move exactly as it does on the material plane from whence you came. Among all of that, you do feel as if there is a sense of foreboding throughout the place that doesn't quite fit with the other vibes that you get of life and nurture. There seems to be something else in here.
This one would not describe his sense as a sight, but rather just existence. This one does feel something lurking in the spaces between.
You mean like those bugs that are crawling between your ribs all the time, or
This
what?
one does not have bugs crawling between his ribs. This one simply has a little spider within his ear.
Mm. Right, I'm sorry. I was thinking of the bugs crawling between my ribs whenever you touch me.
This one's not familiar with that.
What do you mean by the space between then?
The things that lurk in the spaces between, the things you cannot see, the things that lurk in shadows, the things that are unnameable, the things that are unspeakable.
Oh, we should come up with some sort of code word that's a little bit shorter than that. Let's call them stenanks.
What?
Yes,
So these stenanks are crawling all over the place, you say?
I don't think it's going to catch on, Jaytham.
Yes, I can tell from how you speak that you can feel the stenanks in here.
Maybe I was wrong.
See, I knew it. Might be honest, too.
This one can feel something, but it's not sure what it is.
You see her struggle to her feet again, and she stretches, makes a good effort to like crack her neck, crack her knuckles, and she begins walking forward.
Can Travers rush up to her and help her, all gentlemanlike?
Absolutely. She looks a little. I mean, she's been here for. I mean, even she doesn't know how long. So when you're rushing toward her, you see like a little bit of hesitation, but then she sees that you're helping her, and she, oh, thank you, my dear.
And only if you like only if you'd like me to.
Oh yes, please. My old legs and back aren't what they once were. Hopefully they limber up as we move about.
I'm just picturing this like really, really tall old lady leaning on this tiny little halfling. She's like 4 feet taller than he is.
She just has like
thank you.
She just has the palm of her hand on the top
Yeah.
of his head, and she's using him like a walking stick.
Yeah.
Oh yes, this is wonderful. Thank you.
In this room, this throne room,
Mhm.
as it were, what kind of like iconography or art or things like that are showing on the walls around?
I'm so glad you asked. Esther, I'm gonna move you into the room proper now.
Thank you. Yeah.
You come into the room and you look all over you can see that going from this point all the way around, every inch of this place is filled with these intricately, beautifully carved wooden murals. They're carved right into the walls. They all appear to be depicting druidic worship. You can see there are a total of 21 scenes from one side of the room all the way to the other that commemorate and document the council's final act. Which, 7, you recognize some of these scenes as what you saw in your vision of the gathering, the ceremony, the ritual they did, their death to become will-o-wisps to fight off the orc invaders.
Can I, because you mentioned that I did not see this woman in my vision,
Mhm.
I would like to be just a little bit skeptical of all this and maybe just roll a perception check to see if she's being upfront and honest about
Absolutely.
all this.
Go ahead and do that blind, please.
Absolutely. Let's make this blind. I have no idea what that was.
Okay. As far as you can tell, she appears to be on the up and up.
If
She
you
seems
wish
to know
this one,
things that she wouldn't know otherwise.
if you are in pain, this one can assist by increasing the blood flow to your extremities with leeches that this one has.
I would be willing to try, sure.
I kind of walk over and screw my jaw, just start throwing leeches at her.
While he's doing that, I want to like wander around, sort of. I with the conceit of being slightly aimless, of like looking at the art, but also wanting to look a little bit more closely at the doors
Okay,
that go off to the sides.
sure. Iwiga sees you walking over there, and she goes, "That is seed storage, my dear. Go ahead and open the doors if you wish."
Seed storage.
You open them up, and you can see crates, boxes, and when you look through them, you can see seeds of all different varieties. Can you also roll an Arcana check?
Sure.
So you feel like there's something about this room. You just can't quite put your finger on it.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good roll.
Um,
11.
Can you? Well, as part of looking around, you would see um, there are some like gardening tools leaning up against the wall, and you can see that the metal has rusted.
Mm.
But there is plant life that appears to be as vibrant as it was hundreds of years ago.
Mm.
Things that there's like specimens of plants in here that you don't recognize.
Interesting.
The leeches are doing wonders. Thank you.
Hmm.
I don't
This
feel
one is
quite
glad-
so.
This one is glad they are helping. This one has a question.
Yes.
You said that there is something that is corrupting this place. In not so many words. Have you seen it? We come here seeking a relic.
That is a great question. And it is a question I will answer as soon as you come back from your break.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, that is a good spot to stop and take our quick break so people can get some water. Hold with us, folks. We will be right back.
All right.
Hello and welcome back. Seven, would you repeat the question that you asked before we left?
Have you seen whatever? This one wonders what is causing the corruption. Have you seen it? For we seek a relic within this tomb.
I forgot what her voice sounded like.
She-
I've not seen the influence myself. I've only been in this room, the seed storage, and out on the bridge in recent years. I just know that I had to repel the Fey influence from those doors over there. She points to the ones next to you, Esther. Beyond those doors, I have not seen for many, many years.
But why?
A combination of age, and they seem to not want to enter this room.
In the tabletop, I did open one of the doors. I think narratively, I'm standing with my hand against one of the double doors and I've got it cracked. And when she says they, I stop kind of in my tracks. They.
The Fey creatures.
There
I do
are
not
more.
know how they entered the vault. They were not here when we sealed it. Somehow they found a way in. They seem to be repelled by this room, though. Perhaps it is the essence of life and preservation within this room. Maybe you felt it when you were in the seed storage, my dear.
Did you just say a word? Or am I in an episode of Twin Peaks?
I think she said seed storage.
Seed storage. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Let me point the microphone at my fist.
Seed
Seed storage.
storage.
Again,
Okay.
he's back. He's coming back in style.
There was that magical effect that you couldn't identify in that storage room.
Right.
So she seems to be referencing that. Perhaps they are repelled by that magics.
So to my existing knowledge as a person and like that seems sort of odd, doesn't it, for a fey creature to be repelled by nature magic?
Not
Would that
necessarily nature magic, but these are mischievous evil creatures.
oh
Perhaps they are repelled by the preservation of life within this room.
Can I just say that your voice sounds so much stronger than just a few moments ago.
Yes, perhaps
Those
those leeches really did me some good.
look like a charm.
You may keep one of them if you wish. This one has plenty.
Oh, thank you. I shall name him Carl.
That one already has a name.
What is its name?
Misophobia.
If I am keeping him, I shall name him Carl.
I do not think that one will respond to that name.
We shall see. She puts him like in her robes.
Just above the
Uh,
table. I love more and more. She's starting to sound like Snape from Harry Potter.
That's unintentional, but now I can't unhear it.
Yeah.
She walks over to the storage room and she goes, every time I come in here, I feel just a little bit better.
So I'm still helping her, I'm assuming. Michael, with what's going on with Travers, does Travers feel good? Does he feel anything?
Yeah, you feel pretty great, actually. Can you roll Arcana? You are also untrained in that, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's unchained and Arcana.
Give me something good. Great.
She looks down at you and goes, "Don't think too hard, my dear. I can tell you that this room has what's called an unguent of timelessness on it. Anything that is natural life will not decay within this room.
So is it just in this room or is it in this entire vault?
Just within this room." She points to all the seeds. It is a way to preserve the past.
Is this something? How did this happen? How did you make this room that way?
She smiles and goes, "The druids cannot reveal all their secrets."
Can you reveal this one?
She looks for a second. No. And she walks out of the room. She does not need your help anymore, it seems. She just sort of releases the top of your head and walks away. She's leaning pretty heavily on her staff, but the room appears to have done her some good.
Travers is going to thoughtfully wander around the room. You said there's seeds in there. He's gonna
Yep.
He's gonna lightly touch the seeds, and he's gonna take a moment to himself.
Sure. You also, much like Esther saw, there's seeds in here that, for species of plants that no longer exist in Galarian. Some of them probably came from other planes. Some of them you would recognize as being long since extinct in Galarian. Some of them are very exotic that would not be found in the area immediately outside of the vault where you entered. This seems to be what's the name of that place? I'm pretty sure we have a real world equivalent where they have seeds frozen so that they can plant them if something ever happens.
I sure hope so.
Yeah. It's like that.
Can I roll perception to what I might hear behind this door that I'm standing in front of?
Absolutely, you may.
I might whistle Demas over to help me to smell at the open crack of the door.
Okay. He pads right over.
So I'll roll perception and then come on. And then we'll have Demas.
Okay. So Esther, you are listening intently.
Mm-hmm.
You hear what sounds like the incessant droning of insects. Demas puts his head towards the door and then immediately recoils and shakes his head. You smelled something not so great in there.
With that reaction, I'm gonna shut the door for now. I'm still gonna stand with my back against it, but I'll bend down a little bit and I'll pet his snout and give him a little comfort.
Sure.
Where is Iwiga? That was her name, right?
Yes.
Where is she heading now that she's feeling better? Like, what does it seem like she's going to do?
She was heading towards where you were standing.
Mm.
She goes, I know that I am not maybe as useful as I once was, but I would be willing to accompany you throughout the vault, should you want me to.
You say that you are guarding this tomb, and yet it is overrun. What do you know what it is that you guard here, or do you just sit here blindly living?
When I was placed in this vault, I had never seen it before, nor did the council see fit to tell me what exactly was being guarded. Perhaps they thought if I knew, I might steal it and leave the vault unattended. I have remained here, steadfast in my duty for what must be centuries now.
Why did they wish you to remain here? In this room?
They named me the last guardian of the vault. Should their plan have failed and the orcs somehow found a way in, I would be here to hopefully withstand and repel them from within the vault.
Do you think you can? Should orcs survive, this one knows that orcs are seeking this place.
Once I would have said yes. Now I am not so sure. It seems to me that if Silvermane sent you, the need for me to remain here is no longer. Whatever is in here, whatever is in this vault, Silvermane intends for you to take. I would dearly like to accompany you to see what it is I have spent a lifetime guarding.
And how do you know it is not gone, is what I'm saying, if it is not kept here in this room?
There is no other exit from this vault. Anything from deeper within would have to come through those doors. She points to the ones that you're standing in front of.
Mm.
The Fey creatures have not broken through those doors yet.
And yet they got in somehow beyond
Somehow
those
they
doors.
got in. I am as baffled by that now as I was when I first noticed their presence.
I suppose there's nothing for it but to see, to find it ourselves, and know for sure whether it is gone.
Indeed.
Well, I say the more the merrier.
Travers still hasn't left that room, and he probably won't.
Anyone seen Travers?
It seems as if you had some fights on the way in. As I said, that room over there, the seed storage, you may rest in there, and you may benefit from whatever life-giving effects it has.
Just gonna go ahead and pop in here then. Oi, bud, what's going on? I mean, I don't got a scratch on me, but you okay?
Do you feel that? Do you feel like how good that feels?
Well, now that you mention it, yeah, it does feel pretty nice in here.
Yeah. I'm
Feels uncomfortable. This one does not like it.
I haven't felt this good in a long time. And apparently there's no way to take this feeling out of this room, and she's not telling me, or I'm not quite sure, but they're not telling me how to replicate this, and
Seven's just gonna go ahead, finish.
I'm still talking to Jaytham, and I'm sorry about what I said earlier, and this kind of thing happened to my brother and my dad, and my brain just kind of feels like it's been misfiring, and
Apology accepted. I am not one that is easily insulted.
yeah.
But thing is, bud, that there's certain things in life that are only even more special because they don't last forever.
Nothing does.
At least nothing's supposed to. We got bigger fish to fry, so do you want to come out of the seed warehouse now? Join the rest of the party?
Yeah, I'm right behind you.
And we can talk about your brother later. I just feel like, this is not the time or the place.
It's okay.
No, we're gonna remember. I'm gonna remember this. We're gonna talk about it. Just
Okay.
not when there's an eldritch abomination on the other side of those double doors that we have to fight.
Al,
Wishes you wouldn't insult Esther that way. She is standing right there, on the other side of those doors.
I said eldritch, not elder.
This one apologizes. The spider must have gotten in a little too deep.
Right.
Just kind of like pull the spider.
I look at Demas and I say, "Am I the scary one?"
What a sobering thought.
I follow Jaytham out, and I just say, "Thanks, Jaytham." And in a weird way, you make me feel better a lot of the time.
Oh yeah, that's my specialty. I know how to make people feel really, really bad or really, really good.
You just keep me on my toes, and it helps me feel alive. So, thank you.
Well, I appreciate it. You need to be on your toes because you're so short. And I give you a little bit of a wet willy. Walk away.
All right, Travers is back.
Seven casts detect magic like after the Seven's gonna look at Jaytham and Travers as they exit, just kind of give like a nod of appreciation, Jaytham, when Jaytham can't see it. And then he's gonna cast detect magic.
Okay. You definitely detect magic within this room. You don't get the sense that it's like any specific item, it's just this entire room.
At third level, I now learn the rank or level of the most powerful magic effect the spell detects.
Oh, of course you would. I need to look up what level this is. I don't even know if this exists in second edition, so I might have to look at first edition to see if. This is uh third level.
Third level. Okay. Interesting. Can I make a recall knowledge to see if I can identify this effect?
Absolutely. So you understand that this is something called an unguent of timelessness. It is essentially what's the name of that spell? The one that preserves things.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember either.
I can't remember the name of the spell. It functions kind of like that. So anything in this room that is life, so plants, animals, do not age within this room. Which explains why the seeds are okay, but the metal tools have decayed and rusted.
Okay. I'll follow everyone else.
Iwiga sees you all emerge, and she says, "Are you ready to venture into the vault?"
Yes.
As I said, the
Ready.
Fae are repelled from this room for some reason, so at any point we can return here if you would like to rest. While within this vault, you do not require sleep. However, those of you who cast spells will still need to take a full 8 hours of rest to replenish your magics.
I'm gonna load my sling before we go out the door.
Okay.
I'm going to raise my shield, and I'm gonna like basically whenever we're moving in tandem, I imagine that Jaytham would be like at the forefront with his shield up, like ready to protect the whole
Sure.
party.
Iwiga puts her hand on the door and she pushes gently. And as she does, the first thing you all notice is this intense smell of decay and rot coming out of this room.
Oh,
That does not smell as it should.
Oh, man.
Jaytham takes out some Vicks Vapor Rub and puts it under his nose, like in Silence of the Lambs.
I take the scarf down from my hair and I wrap it around my face.
I just tough it out.
Great. Iwiga pushes both doors all the way open, and she steps through, and she says, "It appears as if there is smells of compost in here." You walk down this very ornate staircase, carved out of wood, to this platform. You see 5 lily pads, giant lily pads, ahead of you. The platform you're on stands about 20 feet or so above the platform on the other side of the room. These lily pads are spaced at different heights, about 5 feet apart from one end of the room to the other. When you look over the edge, you look down into shadow. It's unclear exactly how far down it goes. And throughout the chamber, you can hear the droning of insects, flies, that sort of thing.
Do you recognize this room? Do you remember it?
The lily pads, I believe, have always been here, but that smell of decay, I think, is new. Do not recall that, and I believe I would recall something of that nature.
Do you
if
know
it
if
had
there's some sort of pattern or puzzle that we have to figure out about these lily pads?
I do not believe so, no.
All right, good.
When you say that they're at varying heights, how varying? Like,
So each one, so you're 20 feet above the other platform, and each one is at a different height descending toward that platform.
So it's an
So
intentional. Okay.
Yeah, it seems to be an intentional way for you to get across. You do have to leap the 5-foot gap between the lily pads in order to get down there.
Okay.
They appear to be just hovering in the air.
Hovering.
Yep.
And the smell would be coming from what's down below, right?
You would assume so.
Oh boy, I feel like I really am gonna regret this, but should I cast light to see what's down there?
Might as well. It knows that we're here, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that. Okay, so it's a cantrip, and I cast this. I don't want to attach it to a creature, but I can just make it a little orb of light. It's like a dim green light to kind of not be super blinding, I suppose. I'm afraid of the lurkers in light being able to hide in it, but whatever. But I want to send it down. I'll start it however far down I can, like 60 feet down, or
You have 100. It says 120-foot range.
yeah. Can I send it as far as I can before it hits something?
So it goes down. 100 feet to the bottom. So you see the light shedding out, and the closer the light gets, the more you can make out. There appears to be vegetation that has been rotted down there. It looks like a literal compost heap, but it's covering the entire floor.
Okay. But that's not awfully sinister.
No, I mean, you would also see flies, like the forms of many flies buzzing around.
Do I see any stems of these lily pads?
You do not.
Ooh.
Is it a good time to mention that I'm not a fan of bugs?
This one wonders why this feels like home. This one feels much more comfortable here than in the other realm.
7, you also keep me on my toes, and I really appreciate that.
Speaking of on your toes, you want to try hopping on these lily pads?
After you, buddy.
Would you like a rope?
No. This is the part where you say no, Travers. You say no.
Oh, no. I would prefer not.
And
I'll
then I
take a rope.
hand you a rope.
Wait. All right. I
I
guess
don't actually have rope, actually, so I can't do that. But I can't recommend that you take one of Seven's ropes.
I have rope, don't I? Yeah, I do. But it's only 50 feet. So I don't know that you wouldn't be able to make it all the way across, I don't think.
But we can at least hold on to this end in case it falls.
Yeah.
When you jump on it.
Yeah.
I'm sure between the four of you, you have 100 feet of rope that would reach the bottom if somebody went down.
Yeah, I have rope. I'm sure. Hold on, let me check.
Seven's just looking a little dejected in the corner right now. That Travers turned down his offer of help. Kicking at the floor. This foot.
Hey, Seven. I really appreciate your offer of rope. See, I need the feeling, the tactile feeling of actual fibrous rope in my hands. It makes me feel safer. So I hope you don't mind.
This one can provide that. This one wanted to offer you a part of himself.
And I really appreciate that. But Seven, you've already protected me so much. Let's.
It is fine. This one understands.
Okay. I pat him on the whatever's closest. And I don't think I have rope. Do I not have rope?
We have rope, right? Jaytham has rope.
I have
I have
one.
rope.
I have 50 feet of rope.
I have rope as well.
You do have rope, Travers.
Great. Let's tie them together. Let me do some jumping. We'll figure this out.
Okay.
Okay. So Travers wants to jump to the first lily pad. Is that what I'm hearing?
We didn't hear what you just said, Wes. I don't know. You look like you said something, but there was no sound that came out at all.
Oh, great. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. So, tie the rope around me. Jaytham, can you tie the rope around you, please?
Okay. I do that.
I'm going to. So it's just like jumping from lily pad to lily pad down to the ground, right?
Down to the next platform.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. So what you're trying to do is a long jump. In order to do so, you need to roll an athletics check.
Easy peasy. I have a +0. Why am I the one doing this? Let's go.
Because you're the rogue. That's what you do, right?
It's only a DC 15. You jump onto the lily pad. Put you there on the edge. Wes, I'm going to put you on the spot. Whatever you say will be canon. How much does Travers weigh?
He's very. How tall is he? 3 feet?
I don't recall what you put down. I mean, halflings like between 3 and 4 feet, probably. 4 feet would be probably on the outside of probability, but
let's say he's 3.5 feet. He's lithe. He's nimble.
Yeah.
Let's say 80 pounds.
okay. The lily pad remains firm under your feet. You feel pretty secure.
Okay.
Hmm.
Does Travers get the sense, like, does a lily pad give, like, when I land on it?
Nope.
All right.
You had this feeling that this force beyond your knowledge wondered how much you weighed, and that some sort of decision hung in the balance based off of how you answered.
Yeah.
I get that feeling sometimes too.
Yeah. You get it. So I was wondering, is like, do I call the others down? But I think I'll just jump to the next lily pad.
Okay. The good news is, because the next lily pad is somewhat lower, it's a bit of a lower DC. So go ahead and roll your athletics check again.
+0, baby. Jaytham, get a grip on that rope. Here we go. Woo.
Travers, maybe your foot gets caught up in the rope just a little bit, and as you go to jump, you trip. Can you roll a reflex saving throw? This will allow you to potentially save yourself from missing completely.
Yes. Is that in the chat or?
It is not. If you look on your sheet under like where your initiative is and stuff, you should
Oh,
see
yes, reflex. Got it.
Okay. So you do trip, but you manage to grab a hold of the edge of that lily pad, and your little feet kick as you pull yourself up over the edge, and you are safe.
I shout back up like, does anybody else want to do this?
I mean, I'd give it a shot, except I'm wearing a lot of heavy armor and I think I'll break everything.
You know, you could take that off, Jaytham.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna like, you won't come back over here? What's the plan?
Let me try one more time.
All right.
What could possibly go wrong?
You go to the next one.
All right, here we
And
go.
roll athletics again.
Oh, so I'm on the second lily pad.
Yep.
Oh, easy. This is easy. That's an 8.
Travers, you didn't learn from your mistake the first time.
Yeah.
You go to jump and you just misgauge the distance. Roll a reflex saving throw, please. Okay, same thing. You manage to save yourself. Pull yourself up.
I am gonna start to sing a song, a courageous anthem, and it goes. This one is specifically for Travers, who I know is afraid of bugs, and I'm trying to think about how I can put on a spin. I think I'm singing the Itsy Bitsy Spider. The Itsy Bitsy Travers went down the lily pads. I don't know. I was trying to. I don't know. It's funny in my head.
That's wonderful.
In the meantime, Jaytham is going to start to disrobe. Well, first he's going to untie his the rope, and he's going to like feebly give it, like, now that he sees the Travers is safe, he's going to feebly give it to the person who makes the most sense, which is Uwiga, and say like, yeah, you hold this for a second. And yeah, he's gonna take off his big ass armor. And
Does removing armor take time like it does in?
10 minutes.
Okay, I figured it did. So it'll take you 10 minutes to do so. So we can say that was happening concurrently as
Okay.
Travers was going. So you have a few minutes left. Iwiga looks at Esther and goes, "Do you have any singles?"
So I
Just
I
a
don't
single
know.
coin
That,
that he shoved up his ass.
You
So-
accept credit cards.
so Travis doesn't know that Jaytham has just passed off his survival rope
He
to
does
the
not.
oldest person we've met on this whole campaign.
Travers, would you
Shoot
please roll
her
perception?
and not the 6-foot-tall, beefy woman.
I'm 7 foot tall, thank you.
7-foot-tall, beefy woman. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, Travers. What would you like to do next?
I love it when I'm asked to roll something and then I roll it and then the DM's like, okay, what are you gonna do? Since I have no idea that Jaytham passed off the rope, I'm gonna assume that I'm safe. So I jump to the next lily pad.
Okay. Roll athletics.
That's number 4, right?
It sure is.
Hey.
Oh, look at that.
No!
You leap. You learn from your mistake that time. Your feet land solidly on that lily pad.
Okay.
You were probably a little worried about the jump, seeing as you had just tripped 2 times previous. So
And I'm
what you
saying to
failed
myself,
to notice is this giant dragonfly descending from the ceiling, heading towards you.
but I don't notice that.
I'm gonna say you do now because the droning of insects gets abnormally loud in your ears, and you just look up and you see this enormous dragonfly descending down towards you.
How big is
We're
it?
gonna need to roll some initiative.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
How big are the lily pads?
Roughly 10 feet or so.
Okay.
All right, everybody should be on the tracker.
Oh, good.
Oh, good, Travers with that natural 1. I love it. Esther with a nat 20.
Wow. I got one too.
Oh, why is Esther on there twice? That's weird.
Did I roll? Oh, I rolled it. Did I roll it too many times?
No, your token was on there twice for some reason.
Is
But
one
I
of
removed
them?
it.
Oh.
Oh, Iwiga didn't roll very well. Let's see what the dragonfly gets. Well, not too bad. Not too shabby. Okay. We're going to begin encounter. Esther, you are up first.
I sure am.
You know what? I'm going to
and-
throw you a bone, and I'm going
Whoa.
to say, because you were singing as Travers was jumping, Courageous Anthem, already active.
Wow. Do I need to? Should I? Drag
Yeah,
that
I mean,
onto
if you just click cast, you can drag out the template and
Okay.
whatnot.
All right.
Ooh.
Okay. So I has done that, and but I still have 3 actions, and I am going to use my first one to try to throw. Well. Maybe I don't need this one just yet. Just a moment. No, that's fine. I'm just going to try to hit with my sling.
Okay.
Let me target it first so that it does this correctly and strike it with my sling. Come on. A hit. A very
That
palpable
is a
hit.
hit. Yeah.
Damage.
Okay, 7 points of damage.
7. So that was one of my actions. My second action is going to be to use combat reading. I think. No, I don't want to do that right now. It's a dragonfly. It's a dragonfly. I haven't seen it cast any magic yet. Instead, I will reload my sling. Absolutely. And then I am going to I don't really. I mean, I guess I could try to fire at it again. I know I'm gonna have like a disadvantage, right?
Does the sling have the reload property?
Oh,
Yes.
I mean, I reloaded
Yes.
it. I used an
Oh, you did
action.
reload it. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you can shoot again.
Okay, yeah.
I was reading something. I wasn't paying attention. My bad.
How dare.
How dare I?
It's all right. Reload and slang.
Yeah,
Whoa!
it was a hit.
Another hit. More damage. Whoa! Max damage.
These 2 sling stones bounce off the chitinous armor of this thing. Definitely does damage.
Great. That's me.
Yes.
That's all I can do.
Great. 7 deaths.
7 is just Lux and sucks. Doesn't want to hurt it.
Yeah.
What I'm just do a cast on the creature, the dragonfly. We'll just do a. Dang it! I have to spend a second rank slot. No, I don't. I could just cast spear on it.
Okay.
So I do that.
It is a
Just
success.
fighting 1. How far away is Travers? Just out of range, unfortunately. So I think his final action is. I think he's going to. He's out of range for an aid, but I can do a. Let's just do a recall knowledge.
Okay. Uh, 7. When you see this dragonfly, you get the overwhelming urge to tame it and ride it into battle.
That's
Yep.
it, right?
But was that a success or a failure?
That was the second critical success that he has rolled on recall knowledges tonight. Critical failure, I meant to say.
I was gonna say, is this opposite to me? Because I know he critically failed the last.
Jaytham, it is your turn.
So here I am.
With your armor half
It
off.
as a J, but oh, yeah, I took it off. And I imagine that like it would take. I mean, I wasn't holding my shield or my armor. I mean, or my hammer as I was taking it off.
Mhm.
I just want to see if this would work. Can I use the sudden charge to jump twice? Well, actually, like, can I jump once for my first action and then use sudden charge to jump twice so that I can land next to this thing and hit it with an unarmed attack?
I don't think so. I think if you're charging, it has to be an uninterrupted line. So I
Okay.
don't think you can jump and charge at the same time.
Okay. Well, in that case, I mean, I can't really do a whole hell of a lot. Actually, I'm going to. God, and I don't have any. No, I do have a short bow. Okay. I'm going to lean down and get my short bow as my first action. And then is it like an action to like knock it and then another one to fire?
Nope. The bows don't have the reload property, so
Okay.
you can just draw it and shoot.
Okay. All right, I'm going to do that. There we go. You cannot perform this action because your short bow has.
You don't have any ammo. You don't have any arrows for the bow.
I would have bought ammo. Like I've had this bow since day one. I would have had arrows. Just regular ass arrows.
Ass arrows?
Ass
Yep.
arrows. Wow.
Ass arrows.
There you go. There's a quiver is 10, so there's a quiver on your sheet.
All right.
Quivering
Thank you.
ass arrows.
All right.
You do have to select. Oh, there you go. You got it.
I got it. Okay. All right. Let's try again.
Oh yeah, that is a hit.
All right.
Just missed the crit. 5 points of damage.
And then third action, I'm going to try hitting it one more time.
Okay.
And that's got to be a miss.
That is a critical miss.
Okay.
All right.
And I say, I wish I could say that this was the first time that taking my clothes off at the wrong time caused me a lot of trouble. Today.
The first time put you on some sort of list. Okay. So, Travers, because you failed on your perception check, this thing was able to get right up next to you.
Yeah.
It is going to try to bite you.
I'm sorry, it's going to what?
Try to bite you. Oh, and that is a critical hit.
Oh. What?
All right. So a couple things going to happen. I lied. Once again, only one thing is going to happen.
Great.
You're going to take a whole bunch of damage. That is max damage.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and burn my defend life. I'm going to take all the damage for Travers.
That's
Okay.
so many damage.
That was max damage on a crit, so that's a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so 7 takes 42 points of damage instead of Travers.
Oh my
Whoa.
god.
So 7 his chest or wherever Travers got hit just like burst open and starts bleeding this milky white ichor that's just bleeding from his wounds, almost pus-like from wherever it was hit.
So that's the first good thing for Travers that happened is 7 took all your damage. The second good thing is that it failed with its second action to grab you.
Right.
The bad, well, I guess there is bad news. It's gonna attack you again.
Ah!
That is a hit. It doesn't have the action economy to try and grapple you again, so it's just gonna do some basic damage. That is 15 points of damage to Travers.
Okay, I'll take that.
And that's his turn. Could have been much worse.
Yeah. Do I know that 7 took that, or
Oh yeah.
I feel like yeah, you would have felt that spell dispel once it was used. So you would know, like, you took a hit and then didn't feel any damage from it.
yeah?
So you would feel that dispelling of energy and just instinctively know that 7 saved you.
That would be wild. You just like get bit by a giant dragonfly and nothing happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where I gave him that lock of hair suddenly starts to hurt. And I'm
Ooh.
like, 7! Just like in Home Alone, I'm like, 7!
So it is Uwiga's turn, and Jaytham had handed her the rope. So she is holding onto the rope and does not want to let it go, because if she does, there goes Travers. So she is going to use one action to just maintain her hold on that rope. She will then boy. She is going to spend the rest of her turn looking for an anchor on which to tie this rope so that she can let it go without fear of losing Travers. So she will spend the rest of her turn tying it to the wall. The walls are made of like these tangled and interwoven branches, so she can find a space to knot that rope off. And
Oh,
her
that's
hands
even
are
better.
free now.
I was gonna try to gesture to her to tie it around my waist, but that sounds better.
Oh, yeah. Well, that
The wall will be more sturdy. I wasn't sure what the walls were actually constructed out of, so I wasn't sure what she'd be able to find.
okay. Travers, it is your turn.
I really wish I didn't make it canon that Travers is afraid of bugs. Because now I have to play it like he's afraid of bugs.
Especially this giant bug. This thing is 4 times your size.
So it looks like, how far is it? How far am I away from the bottom?
100 feet. Well, actually, at this point, it would be more like 85, 90-ish feet.
This is still
Because
very far.
every lily pad is a little bit lower towards the far wall.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still quite a ways, but it's not 100 feet anymore. And you're only attached to 50 feet of rope. Which means... Yeah.
Oh, I thought we tied some together to make it like a...
Oh, did you tie 2 together?
Yeah.
You did? Okay, never mind. You have 100 feet of rope then.
Great. So I'm on the 4th lily pad, though. So does that mean I'm like 40 feet from the bottom?
No. This second platform is only 20 feet lower than the top platform. So at this point, you would be 80 feet above. So you're somewhere between 80 and 90 feet at this moment.
And there's no way for me to get like back up like a previous lily pad.
You can. It's just a higher DC to jump higher.
With my acrobatics
With
at
your
0.
+0 athletics.
Yeah, how are you gonna jump 80 feet in the air? What?
Uh,
Oh, you mean back up to the next lily pad?
next lily pad.
Got it.
Because like if I intuit that 7 had taken that damage, I would be like, I want to check on 7. But let's worry about the dragonfly.
One problem at a time, Travers.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, first things first, I'm going to panic swing, quick draw my sword, and I'm going to try and swing it, stab it, whatever.
Right. It seems like
Target.
a logical reaction.
I keep hitting the longbow. It's the rapier. Okay.
That is a critical hit, my friend.
You are rolling incredible today.
So well.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
So
hit
I
that critical hit.
roll that critical damage.
28 points of damage. That is a good hit.
I am going to panic swing again.
Okay. That is a hit.
Incredible rolls.
Okay, here we go. Damage. Oof.
12 points of damage.
Better than nothing. And then because he's in full panic mode, he's going to run and jump to the next lily pad. Can I do that in one action?
Yes. It's only 5 feet to jump across, so you can do that as part of your move action if you would like to.
Right. I want to get away. So, athletics. +0, baby! Oh, boy.
That is enough to get to the edge.
Oh.
But you have to.
It's only a DC 10.
Oh.
Because you're jumping down again. So, this thing does not have attack of opportunity, so you are good. All right. That is Travers' turn. Esther, it is your turn.
Okay. That thing healed a little.
It did. I made a mistake when I clicked on something.
I first, after here, I don't know why I feel like I heard the squelching of like 7 deaths wound or whatever. I don't know. But I look over my shoulder to see if he'll be okay. I'm like checking in because you usually heal other people, but like, will you be able to heal yourself, or do you need help?
Give a big smile, a thumbs up as a sort of white ichor pus just bleeding out of him.
Okay. I will instead continue to focus on trying to take this down. I'm going to use my first action I'm not singing the itsy bitsy Travers anymore. This time my courageous anthem this time is just like good hits Travers. It's just a vote of confidence in everybody. I'm not going to place that again. Go away. It's already sparkly out here. Everybody's inspired, and now I'm going to reload my sling, and then I am going to try to hit the dragonfly with it.
Okay.
I am. Oh, you know what? I got hella hero points.
You do. You may as well use them.
And I have not used a single one yet. So a reroll with the hero point. Let's see what happens. Come on, baby. Yay!
Yeah, that's a hit.
Look at that.
Good use
Yeah.
of the hero point. Go ahead and click that damaji.
Damage.
Right.
It's not a lot, but it's
It's
something.
not a lot, but hey, you're annoying it for sure.
Yeah. That is all for me this turn.
Okay.
Excuse me.
7 deaths.
I mean, I'm near death at this point. That was a lot of damage. So I'm gonna go ahead and battle medicine myself.
Yeah.
First. Where's my treat wounds? Why don't we go ahead and do C20, just to give me some extra healing. Let's see how it works. Going to be
There you go.
22.
You healed yourself
One
for
action on myself.
essentially half that damage you took.
And then seeing Travers is still hurt, I'm gonna go ahead and second action, I'm going to go ahead and cast. It's 30 feet. He's out of range. Yeah, he's out of range. I don't want to burn any of these other spell slots just yet. Why don't I go ahead and actually, I have a staff, so I can go ahead and burn something off of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay.
I have 2 actions, so this will be 2 action here and make sure he's within range. 30 feet, can't do it. Alright. In that case, also 30 feet. So I guess the only thing left to do is to go ahead and target this dragonfly with a little sense of disappointment. This one wishes we could have been friends. And I go ahead and cast needle darts on it.
All right.
Oh, your heart just wasn't in it.
Yeah.
No,
Would you like to
it
hero
wasn't.
point that?
I wouldn't. Yeah,
Okay.
might as well. Might as well, why not? Yeah, wasn't worth it.
Ah!
Oh, that's too bad.
Be it for me.
Okay. Jaytham.
Okay. So first action, I'm gonna jump to this lily pad.
Okay. You can do it as a single action to stride. Go ahead and roll athletics to jump.
All right.
Jatham's pretty good at athletics.
Yeah, I should be okay. He said ironically. Okay. Athletics. Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Hoo-wee. Wow.
You're okay. You do manage to jump and make it. Jaytham, I need to put you on the spot as well. How much does Jaytham weigh, even without equipment?
80 pounds. I think realistically he probably weighs 230 pounds.
230. Okay. So that means as soon as your feet touch the solidity pad, it begins to descend. And it drops 60 feet down with you on it. So you are now 60 feet below the platform
without your armor.
without your armor.
Okay.
And it can only go 60 feet now. On your next turn, you'll descend the rest of the way to the bottom. So it's not
Is it
because it's in seconds, you don't quite make it all the way down, but at the moment you're 60 feet falling.
I'm falling.
Well, you're falling on the lily pad. It's
Okay.
descending. It's descending slowly
Okay.
enough that
Like,
you don't
if
think
I
you're going to take
stay
damage
on the
or
lily
anything.
pad, am I gonna get hurt when I get to the bottom?
You don't think so.
Okay.
But it is just descending all the way to the bottom.
Okay. Well, while I'm on this descending lily pad, I already have this thing targeted, so I'm gonna shoot off another arrow.
Okay.
Um,
I am going to give it just a little bit of cover because of the lily pad, the size of the lily pad.
okay.
Let me make sure. How do I put cover on this thing? I don't know how to do it, so just go ahead and roll. I'll just add 2 to its AC.
Yeah.
With a miss.
Okay. I mean, there's not a. Did you say that the walls are covered with like vines and stuff?
They're not covered with vines, but they are made of intertwined branches and vines. All sort of like what's that called? Wattle walls. I think that's what they're called.
Could I jump off the lily pad and try and like grab on to some of those branches?
Sure.
Okay.
I need athletics check.
All right.
This is going to be a higher DC for sure. Okay.
Oh my gosh, you do have a really good bonus on that though.
You jump. You use the length of the lily pad to run and jump, and you try to grab a hold of that wall. Maybe it's just because you're an orc and your hands are just a little too big, but you cannot grab a hold of it, and you begin to fall. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight.
My hands are too fat.
Oh, wow!
I had planned on ending this with the dragonfly grabbing Travers and then dropping him to his death, but
To his
Jaytham
death!
falling is. You're on 100 feet of rope, and you are not 100 feet above the ground anymore. Splat.
Well, he would swing closer to the rope
Yeah,
though.
he'd swing and slam into the wall. He wouldn't.
Yeah.
Travers would
Right?
have survived. Travers would have survived the fall.
7 deaths would have not.
We'll see.
Or what?
It's only once a day. Only once
Oh,
a day.
oh,
we do
oh.
that. So
Yep.
Travers would have survived that fall if he did fall.
Jaytham, the good
And
news
not
is
fall.
you were 60 feet down. You're only falling 40 feet. Probably not going to kill you, but it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Half
So-
the distance fall and damage. So it's gonna hurt.
So where we're leaving off, Jaytham is falling.
Yes.
7 deaths is spewing Iker just everywhere.
Well, not anymore. He healed himself.
Oh, he healed
I did
himself.
heal myself.
Okay.
I'm
And
only injured now, not near death.
and I'm being chased by a huge dragon.
Don't forget, Jaytham is completely naked.
That's true.
So-
I thought you were just unarmored.
Nope, naked.
So
was
now we
going-
know you're.
Birthday
That
suit.
must be so uncomfortable. Why do you not wear anything underneath your armor?
So that I can move faster.
This
Ow!
explains
It's
why
all
he's
about
so.
lack of
This
wind
explains why
resistance.
he's so grumpy all the time.
Yes,
all
it
that
does
chafing.
actually.
Yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah.
does actually.
He's going to have to invest in
You're
some gold.
supposed to wear clothes underneath this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Esther, you're just singing and slinging. That's all you're doing.
Well, we hope
Fine.
that all of you had fun joining us. I know we had a blast. We will see you in 2 weeks to see naked Jaytham when he hits the ground.
Or next week at Gears of Revolution.
Or we'll see you next week at Gears of Revolution. Or maybe reach out to us and we'll see you sooner with playing
Yeah.
games with you directly like this.
Well, maybe we'll never see you again.
Or that.
In which
Oh!
case, have a good life. I hope that you find some sort of enjoyment somewhere else.
Impossible. They'd miss us too much.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.